Next slide. This is one of my favorite guys in the world. Deacon Harold Burke-Sivers. He's an African-American deacon out of Portland. This guy is one of my favorite people in the whole world. I'm going to be doing a pilgrimage with him to the most incredible apparition site in the history of the church, Einsiedeln, and I'm going to put that information up at the end of this talk. Him and I are going there. There's no other place in the world right now I would rather go. The most incredible church apparition in the history of the church nobody's heard about. Einsiedeln. And I'm going with him there in April. Maybe you can join us. Well, he says we must be careful of the term institutional racism. Now, this is an African American speaking. He said, in order to factually claim that an institution is racist, you must show that the institution actively promotes racism through official or unofficial policies, procedures, or directives that enshrine the belief that one race is superior to another. He said, you got to prove that. Institutional racism must be distinguished from individuals within institution who are racist. So what he's saying is, the government, the church, they may have racist members. The church may have racist priests, but that doesn't make the institution of the church racist. What a very good statement. He says we must continue. The church herself, founded by Jesus Christ, he says, is not racist, but there are undoubtedly individuals within the church, clergy and laity, who may be racist. Likewise, the police. In and of themselves, law enforcement agencies are not racist. But there are unquestionably individuals within those agencies who exhibit prejudice, who are racist. So when we see a beating, everybody wants now to defund the police, but yet has anybody stopped to say it appears that individual is racist? The other 99 out of 100 cops didn't do that. This one cop did. Maybe better to say that cop is racist rather than the 99 other police officers are racist. And so this is what we have. We must recognize the fact that we are all sinners in need of God's mercy and that we are still dealing with original sin. We need to see past stereotypes. We have to need to see past, beyond stereotypes, and see individual people. And he says, I think we're starting to do that. How? He went on to say, a racist nation does not elect a president who is black. A racist nation would not allow that. A systemically racist, does that mean there's not racist people in the nation? Of course there are. But a systemically racist nation would never allow Kamala Harris to be vice president. If this was a systemic racist country, as our president keeps telling us we are. This is not what the church says. The church says we are broken and we are individually responsible. We have to get ourselves individually back on track. You wouldn't have, he said, a race in North Carolina where both the Democrat and the Republican candidates are black. We've made progress. Back to Deacon Harold, one of my favorites, I said he's the black deacon in Portland. He told Catholic World Report that he draws a distinction between a movement and an organization. When you put those three words together, he said, Black Lives Matter, it's a social movement. It's a statement of truth, and it is a good thing. The term Black Lives Matter, though, is different from the national organization, the Black Lives Matter Foundation. He said the organization's values raise many red flags. He said the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation does not even address the importance of fatherhood, but rather wants to destroy it. Why? Look at all that, plus the violence that is being perpetrated, the rioting, the looting, the tearing down statues, all of these things. No Catholic in good conscience can have anything to do with a group like that, period. God bless you, Deacon Harold. He's not condemning Black Lives Matter. He is black. Of course it matters to him. But what the organization is doing, mismanaging funds, destroying the family, supporting abortion, redefining marriage, he's saying is wrong. On the police. Do we want to do this? Well, I just ask you to think about it, because there have been mistakes in police departments. There's been mistakes in the church. But Deacon Harold distinguishes, as we said, between institutions which are maybe not racist, but may include racist individuals. He said, quote, "Unfortunately, people are blurring the lines. So when you see things like what happened to George Floyd or Breonna Taylor or someone who has died at the hands of law enforcement, you think the institution of law enforcement overall is racist, but this isn't true. The police officer was." Deacon Harold makes the same distinction with Catholicism. He said the church is an institution. It was founded by Christ. The church itself is not racist. However, the church does have racist members in it. That's how we have to view this. We don't condemn Christ's church because of a couple idiots. You don't leave Jesus because of Judas. He said the thing is, the church is made up of human beings who are all sinful and in need of God's mercy. So, there may be racists in it, but the teaching of the institution is not racist. These are the words of Deacon Harold. Whether you be Hispanic, African American like he is, the church is not teaching racism. Individual priests or laity may be racist, but you know what? I'm a priest, and I can tell you this honestly from my heart. You know what I've been told? And I've been in Rome, I've been at the Vatican, I've been in Australia, I've been in North America, I've been in Europe, I've been in Asia. You know what I've heard everywhere I go? The future of the church, the hope of the church, are the Spanish, the Hispanics, in Mexico, in South America, and Africa, the blacks. That is what I have heard every time I go somewhere. You think the church favors white Europeans? The church has recognized that has died. The future are the Hispanics, the Latinos, and the Africans. This is the future. Does that sound like a racist institution? No. But could there be racist individuals in that institution? Yes. But that doesn't make the institution racist, just like our nation. There may be racist individuals. I'm not denying that. I know I'm going to get a lot of letters from you about somebody that said something or flew a flag. I'm not doubting there aren't racist individuals, but that does not make this nation systemically racist. Again, as Dr. Donahue said, we wouldn't have had a black president or a currently vice president. We're just asking you to think about this. So Dr. Harold, or Deacon Harold, sees the Black Lives Matter organization differently. He says the organization is using Black Lives Matter as a cover for what they're really trying to promote. They're trying to redefine society, redefine sexuality, redefine marriage, restructure the family, destroy the patriarchy, all based on Marxist socialistic principles. Now, if you want to know if Marxism works, ask our brothers and sisters in Venezuela or other places where it is failing miserably. Marxism is not the answer. I think of our Hispanics and African Americans and those in Africa that suffered tremendously. But the ones I have met have never said Marxism is the answer. This foundation is trying to tell you Marxism is the answer. Just be careful. I'm not condemning anybody based on the color of their skin. I'm trying to do the opposite. Saying, please don't call others racist based on the color of their skin. And he finished by saying, this is Deacon Harold, if black lives really matter to the national organization and foundation, he said, where is their plan for stability and development in black neighborhoods, in Hispanic neighborhoods? What is their plan to end drugs and gang violence in our neighborhoods? Where is their plan to strengthen the family instead of eliminate the family? 70% of black children are born out of wedlock. The vast majority of those black people who are incarcerated in prison have no fathers. And yet, they want to dismantle the family and get rid of fathers. This makes no sense. The kids need protection, yet they are trying to defund the police. What is their plan to create educational opportunities? What is their plan for minority entrepreneurship? Great question. I have that very same question. I'm so glad that it was spoken by a minority.